Hello my friends, welcome back to Epoxy Me That. How are you? I hope doing okay, and I want to thank you for showing up today. We are going to end our week with this Intoresin mold. Today's a Friday, and we're gonna kick it off right, I hope. I'm just gonna take these scissors right here and kind of get me an entryway. Okay, I got the paper off of it. They used to put on the sticker what mold it was, or on the top, but they don't do that anymore. This is the handmade rotatable lid diamond storage jar mold set. So let's take these pieces off here. Oh, that's so pretty. It looks like a snowflake, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to lay this down and put that on top of it so it doesn't mess my mat up. Okay. Well, I don't know how the jar lid is rotatable. Huh. Because there's not two jar lids. I guess you could maybe flip it and use it either way. We'll have to see when we demold it. That's the only way it makes sense to me. Is you can use it either way. I don't know. I do not know. But we're about to find out. So I'm going to take this Let's Resin holographic powder in extra fine, and I'm going to brush it in this area, just that area, and then I'm going to brush it in these little areas too. So I'll put you on a time lapse while I do that, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it before I speed it up. That way you can get a general idea of how I'm doing it. Okay. Just getting a little bit on my brush here, and I'm just taking my time, slowly brushing it into the area that I want it in. And you don't want to be putting alcohol in these molds, so we want to be extra careful that we don't have to clean anything up. So I'm just taking my time, and I'm not rushing, and that's how I'm going to do it. So I'll put you on a time lapse while I finish. And now I'm just taking a water wipe here, and I'm just going around the edges, cleaning that dust off from the holographic powder. And these are the water wipes that I use. So I've decided on this resin dye in red. It's transparent. This green resin dye. And then we're going to use my Octopus Silver Mine alcohol ink. I don't know how it's going to play with these, but we're going to see if it's going to play nice together and see how it turns out. We won't know if we don't try, right? And we can always make another jar. So let's go for it and see what we get. Okay, I'm going to mix up 6 ounces because I'm just not sure how much we're going to need. And I'll have some molds over here to the side that we can fill up just in case. So I'm just going to slide that right underneath there. And then hold my button down to bring the stirrer down. And now we're going to turn it on. And it runs for 90 seconds. Now I'm going to lift the wand up. I'm going to slide our cup out. Slide a little cup underneath it to catch all that drip. Or you could let your mat catch it and clean it up, however you prefer to do it. But I just set a cup underneath it. I use the same cup every time. So now we're going to split that resin up into our 3 different colors. And I'm not sure how much we'll need, like I said, so I'm just going to try to get the same amount in each cup, or close to it. Okay, and I'm going to stop right there just in case that's going to be enough to fill it. And then this extra cup right here, I'm just going to turn this upside down and let it drip out into it. And that way, if we need it, we'll have it. If we don't, then we can definitely use it in something else. But I'm really feeling like we've got a little bit too much resin here. But we're going to go ahead and move forward with it because it is Christmas time and we can always use red, green, and silver in a different mold. So we're going to go ahead and move forward. So I'm going to take my red here, give it a little bit of a shake. And I've never used that color before. And sometimes these reds that come in these kits can look, oh, just so wonky in color. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a true red. It looks like it is. Okay. So we're going to stir that up a little bit and see where we're at. Yes, that's going to work out perfectly. That's a beautiful red. Wow. You don't usually get that when you buy these kits. You know, that's just a cheap little kit off of Amazon. I mean, it wasn't that cheap. Because I try to stay away from the real cheap stuff. It's kind of mid-range, I would say. I'll list it in my description box if anyone's interested. And then here's the green. And of course, I haven't used that either. I haven't had this kit very long. Can you tell? I ran out of all my transparent pigments that I purchased in the past, so I thought it was time to get another one. And I put 4 drops in there. We're probably going to need a little bit more. Yeah, let's go ahead and put maybe 1 more. Because I don't want it too dark. And that red might be a little bit darker than I would like it to be. But what we can do is we can switch it out with that one. But I think it might work out. We're just going to leave it alone. Now I'm going to shake up my alcohol ink. And you can get these octopus inks from Laura's Art Corner. You can use my discount code and save 10%. But we're not going to use that much silver. So I'm going to take some of that out of the cup. Because we're just going to swirl it a little bit in with those colors. So we don't need a lot. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drop 4 drops in there. You don't have to use a lot of these octopus inks. That's the good thing about them. And Laura also has a YouTube channel. Did you all know that? Yes, she has a YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed to her YouTube channel, go check her out. Show her some love over there. Laura is so stinking sweet. She is. Okay, I'm going to put you on pause while I clean this cup out right quick. Okay, I'm back, and I also stayed gone long enough to let these rest for 5 minutes and let those bubbles have a chance to degas and come on out of the cup. And I also had someone ask what these are on my arms right here. I wear these to keep the resin from getting on my arms and on my bracelets and different things like that, so it doesn't irritate my skin. I've never had an issue with it, but I don't want to have an issue because I've heard from a lot of people that you can use resin for years before you have a reaction to it. So I don't want to ever have a reaction to it. So I protect myself at all costs. And these are wonderful. They're designed for cooks. If they were to spill grease on them, it would not burn them. They're designed for gardeners, so thorns cannot poke their skin. They're really nice, and I love to wear them while I am pouring resin in my craft room. They definitely keep me protected. Okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get this plate out right here, my glass turner, and we are going to turn it while we pour. And I'm thinking about putting these in my split cup. But then again, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, we're just going to do it this way. I'm going to... Let me move these out of the way so I don't knock them over. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin it and we're going to pour. And then I'm going to stop. And we're going to get some of this silver in there. And then stop. Go back to these colors. And let's see what we get out of that. I think I overpoured just a tad, my friend. So let's just get that off of there right quick. Yeah, I need to scoop some of this off. Because I couldn't tell. It was going so fast. I couldn't tell what I had in there. Okay, I think we are perfect now. So I'm going to move that one out of the way. Now we're going to get the lid and we're going to do the same thing. Now let's stop and see where we're at. We got some bubbles coming up now, so trying to release those bubbles. So I think we're filled now. I just see some little bubbles right here, and I'm just gonna walk around and pull them out of there. Got in some happy mail. I'm finishing up some molds for this giveaway box, which will be, I believe, the second week in December. somewhere around there. First week, second week, something like that. And then the box will be ready. So I will share that with you all, like I always do. I'll let you see what all is in the box. Oh, that's a pretty little bag. Wow. Okay, this says, oh, I'm going to get her. Enjoy your gift. You are such an inspiration to me and others. I look forward to all your videos. The highlight of my day. Oh, can't wait to see what you create with this. With love and admiration, my sister. From Tammy Toth. Oh, Tammy. She is so good to me. She is just a sweetheart. I mean, it's so sweet. Okay, Tony Crafty, making beauty craft easy. You know, sometimes when you buy off of Amazon, it'll say, do you want it gift wrapped? So I wonder if that's what this is. Or maybe this is just their packaging. I don't know, but let's get inside and see what it is. I wonder if it's something off of my wish list. Because Tammy will go, if she sees something I like, she'll just send it to me. Okay. They look really cute from here. Oh, get out of here. It's the Grinch molds. Stop it. Tammy, thank you so much. I am really going to enjoy these, sister. Yes, ma'am. I am. I was just about to find me some and purchase them. You know, because I made that little green, red, and let me find it. I'm back. Here's my Grinch spoon. And I was about to go cruising around to see what molds I could find for it. Thank you so much, Tammy. Oh, look at that. It's got my favorite Grinch mold. Remember me telling y'all my favorite one is the hand of him holding a bulb, a Christmas bauble? There it is. This is so precious. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. We got to see if we can make something work on our spoon here. These might be a little big for this spoon, but I'll definitely use it on something else if it won't work on that spoon. These spoons are really tiny, but I don't know. Yeah, it's probably going to be too big for this spoon. But look at the side of it. It says Tony Crafty. That's pretty cool. You don't see a lot of molds that are signed, you know, by the person that made them. Or has their logo on the mold. That's what I meant to say. They're so stinking cute. Thank you so much, my friend. All right, like I always do, I keep this one right here. And I toss this one. And then where it has the item on it, I keep that and I write the name on it. Which I could just put sister and know exactly who it is. And then I put times the gifts. So I'm going to say times 2 because there's 2 molds in here. All right. Thank you so much, my friend. I got you in that, in my giveaway again. Tammy's got so many entries. She just might win that box. All right, I'll see you later. Okay, I got a few molds out here, and we're just going to use this extra resin in them. And I'm going to spritz some alcohol in this little gingerbread right here. And we're going to pour this red and green in him. I'm just going to pour a little little layer down first, and then we're going to decorate him. Okay, if I have another pour, then I'll finish these off. If not, then you'll have to wait till next time to see these, because they'll have to be done in 2 different pours. But you'll definitely get to see my Grinch ones. So I'm just going to take the heat gun and run it across everything, pop any surface bubbles, and then I'll meet you back for demold. Spritz some alcohol, and I'll see you later. We are ready to demold our piece. We have some extras over here. I did 2 phones, and then all these that I poured. So I don't know what we'll get finished in this video, but we'll give it our best. Okay, let's go ahead and take the bottom part off. I don't know what this is going to look like. All I know is the transparent colors look the best with these molds. It's got a big suction on that. There we go. Let's see if I can reach in and release it. There we go. Okay, y'all ready? Oh, that is so sparkly. Look at how beautiful that is. And that's how the inside turned out. I love how we painted that with the holographic silver. It looks really pretty. And you can see some of the silver You can see the red, you can see the green. It's very subtle, but it's beautiful. And then here's the lid. All those diamonds dancing around. But it fits on there nicely. We'll have to make something for the top of this jar. I think that will definitely top it off and make it really, really beautiful. But I'll have to think of something that we can make for it. And it won't be in this video, unfortunately. Okay, next we have these to demold. Oh, and this will be linked in my description box. If you would like to go treat yourself to one for Christmas, you can use my discount code and save 20%. And remember, every time you use my discount code, it helps me out tremendously because they go by a system and how many people, my subscribers, use my discount code. That enables me to get more PICS to review for you all. So, which I'm fine with the 3 that I have. I don't need any more. But I know Linda Mullins, she buys a mold, it seems like every month. This month, she bought 2 molds and used my discount code. So, thank you so much, Linda Mullins. You enabled me to get probably the 2 extra PICS I got last month. So, thank you so very much. Okay, let's demold this. And I'm going to paint that in with some white. And then I thought that I would do the little pieces in the center a little bit different. Now, you won't be able to see that glitter on the top, but you can see it on the sides because it'll go like this. But I wanted it to be different. I didn't want it to be red. I thought it would be really cute like that. And then when we put the white on the top, it'll be really cute. And then I have this one. We need to bring out the eyes on it, the mouth, and the bow tie. But I love that glitter. We put a clear layer down first, and it gave us a beautiful 3D look. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. Can you see the pour line? So it turned out super cute. And then these will go on there like that. And these won't fit my cup. The only one that fits my cup is the truck. Now I have another cup that they'll probably fit, but I'm not using it. I'm using my new cup. That turned out really cute. We're going to put some paint in down here and up here to bring the bow out. I thought maybe red or green. And that's got the green on one side and the red on the other that we used in this. I thought that would be cute. So that's how we designed it. And then I made these, that silver color that we put in our jar. This is the silver. So that'll go on there like that. That piece will go on there like that. And I do like to resin these together like a little sandwich. So that way I know they're not going to come apart on someone. Because I like to sell these down at my shop. I don't know how they're going to do because I haven't gotten any down there yet. But I'm dropping some off tomorrow. And I'll let you all know how they did this year. Okay, that's all of those we have. And I still have to paint those. So I got to get busy. And then we have this right here. Let's see. Tammy Toth sent me this Grinch mold. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. I just got my tree up last night. I have just been so busy. I usually have my tree up the day after Thanksgiving. So that goes to show you how behind I am this year. That turned out so cute. And here's our Whoville tree. Isn't that pretty? I put some clear resin down. I laid those little dots in there, painted that gold, and then I let that cure and went in with a green color. The green that I used is Emerald by Pearl X. And I put a little bit of glitter in it. This glitter right here, I added it to the emerald. And that's what we got. You can see it dancing around in the back. That's so cute. Then we have these phones here. I just painted that one in again. It's not easy doing that, but it really makes a difference when you demold it. So I need to be careful that I don't pull it up over there. Well, I didn't mix that color up good. I knew that was going to happen. I had a feeling it was going to happen. But I'm going to keep it. Yep. I think it's still really cute. I got too much on my stick. And I kept turning, I didn't want to keep mixing it and stirring up bubbles in it. So I just stopped. But I had a feeling it was going to do something like that. But it's still pretty. And we've got this one. And I paint all of these in prior to dropping any color in. I think it really makes the phone stand out. But that turned out really cute. And this phone right here was my first time using my Uji Green by Eye Candy that I got from Miss Masters. Thank you, Miss Masters. I think that's a beautiful green. Isn't that beautiful? Now that pink is my DIY resin pigment paste in pink. This blue is my octopus ink in Smurf. And that came from Laura's Art Corner. That'll be linked in my description box. And I was just showing you how I throw the paint on there. And I use a Q-tip to brush it on. And the reason I use a Q-tip is because the fibers in the Q-tip or the cotton gets down in those cracks. And you won't have to go back over the area. So that's why I like to use these to paint it on. And then I take a little squeegee. And then I just run right over there and get the paint off. And then I let that dry before I do my last cleanup on it. But it is a good rule of thumb to go ahead and take your piece. Get you a Q-tip with some alcohol on the edges. On the tip of the alcohol. And go ahead and get your edges cleaned up. Because if you wait until the paint dries, it's going to be really hard to get it off of the edges. I mean, it's doable, but it's just something I like to make easier on myself. So I'll go around with this Q-tip with the alcohol and just get it off right quick while the paint's still wet, and then I won't have that extra cleanup to do. And there you have it. He's already cleaned on the edges, so we won't have to do that when he dries. We'll just have to clean the top. And yes, I do go through a lot of Q-tips in my craft room. Okay, I've painted all of them, and I'm going to let them dry. This one's actually ready to go after it dries because it's been resined together already. And this one as well. But these need to be resined together after they dry. So I won't be able to finish those right now. And then these need to be cleaned up and resined together. So I won't be able to finish those right now. And then these I still need to paint the face on. I haven't gotten to those yet. But I will share them with you when I do finish them. And I hope you enjoyed my little demolding of my Grinch pieces. I think they're so cute. And let me know what you think about this little jar here. Isn't it just precious? It sparkles so bright. It's beautiful. I would like to put something on the top of it. So let me know, should I leave it be or should I put something on the top of it? And I'm going to go ahead and leave that lid off of it while it cures. Because I don't want it, if you was to put it on there and let it cure, it would be really hard to get off. Or it could be. So it's always best to let them, pull them apart and let them fully cure. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.